As much as Beth is eager to help the community, she needs a little help. Beth and several other women assist in bettering the community. Some help with the delivery, and some help with the assembling of the food plates. They dedicate their own time as volunteers, a very humanitarian effort. One hard worker in this line of business is Susan. Every Tuesday, she plans her morning around breaking bread, delivering meals to the doorsteps of recipients. Recipients are elated to see Susan, as she is a familiar face. She has been performing these routes since the 80s. For someone to be committed to a good cause for so long really says something about that person. Well, I've been doing this for a while. It's great to put a smile on someone's face that you know really needed an uplift. I'm glad that person could be me. Mr. Johnson is one of the first people I've delivered to. He's so kind. He lives with his daughters now, and it looks as though he is getting back on his feet. While making relationships with her services are essential, they also can take a toll when things turn left. Over the course of her time at Breaking Bread, she's created bonds that have withered due to unexpected deaths. When this happens, it can be hard to bear. Well, I have lost a few people over some time. Last year, Miss Williams, a familiar recipient, had passed away due to complications with her heart. She was on Medicaid and was making it through, but over time, her heart just wasn't working the same. At least now she isn't suffering anymore, but I sure do miss her. Rain or shine, Susan is an essential element in this line of command. You never realize how many people go without a full stomach throughout the day. People think that there's only poverty and malnourished people in third world countries, but most of them are right here in your local community, Although Heather hasn't been working nearly as long as Susan, she is vastly becoming familiar face to the team. She comes into work with a positive attitude and ready to take on the day. Well, when I first heard of Breaking Bread, I thought to myself, well, why not lend a helping hand? One thing that really bothers me is knowing that people go without food and shelter. If I could, I would help everyone find a proper shelter and whatnot, but I can't do it all. But I feel like I'm doing something good and positive to the world with Breaking Bread. I love dedicating my time here with these lovely women. This is the time of day when I'm recollecting myself, checking my emails. If I'm not helping with the food, then I'm right here in my office. Last but not least, we cannot forget about the head honcho, Beth Mathis. Mathis is in charge of this whole operation. She collects funding for meals, organizes the routes, and takes on more recipients if spots are available. Well, this whole thing started after my mother passed away. She was in my position when she was alive. After she passed, I felt like I had to continue the lineage. Plus, I was working alongside her, so it wasn't like everything was completely new to me. When I'm not on my computer, flooded with emails, I'm checking on future applications for new recipients for Breaking Bread. You'd be surprised how long the list is. Last time I checked this morning, there is about 80 waiting to get on board. The waiting list is so long due to low funding for meals. With scarce source and money, it's difficult to take on so many recipients at once.